welcome Mercari India. Congrats on completing 2 years in India.
Yeah, we are starting our second year of life here, and coincidentally, it's almost 1 year for you, right?
Yes.
How it's been so far? Can you tell?
Yeah, I can take back my journey from the time I signed up the offer letter.
Okay.
Prior to this, I had more than a decade of experience predominantly working in US startups or multinational companies like Adobe, Google, and startups as well. So initially, when I got a call from the organization, I was a little skeptical because I did not have any experience in the past of working with a Japanese company. But one thing which is really good is from the time I've had that initial call until today, one thing which holds really strong is values. Every company has values, but Mercari is an organization which walks the talk, right? When you talk about our three values, go bold, be a pro, all for one, this is persistent right from the interview process until someone exists. Even if you look at our valuation, our values are superseding our output. So we keep the value as the center point, and then we build our organization. That is one thing which really initially I thought I was a little skeptical, but now I can proudly say that we walk the talk. And second thing is, companies are more obsessed with customer. I'm not saying Mercari is not obsessed, but again, we are obsessed with our employees as well. We are not only customer centric, we are employee centric as well. So our benefits, our employee well-being programs are centered around our employees. I think these two are, I would say, a point or a differentiating factor Mercari compared to other organization. Leadership is very accessible, very responsible, and open door culture we have.
I mean, that's always good to hear. You mentioned we listen a lot of the feedback of our employees, and through that feedback, we tweak our policies so we can design better benefits. Obviously, we cannot provide everything that everybody wants, but still, we do try hard to provide with good. What about you, Vish? You have been with us for 1 year and a half.
1.5 year, and actually it is pretty exciting. I'm very happy with my journey so far at Mercari India. And as Sagar said, initially I was also not sure when Mercari reached out to me, because I never worked for a Japanese company before, and my experience is also a lot of US based companies. Yeah, it is a pretty open and transparent culture, particularly the values that we practice every day, the go bold and be a pro and all for one, covers pretty much whatever we do every day, right? And we give a lot of autonomy to engineers to invent, be innovative, and make an impact so they can go bold. And we actually encourage teamwork in all for one, so we reward that, and in calibrations or reviews, so that they work together and making sure that they deliver impact for the company. So that is another important value for me.
We were talking about people from 50 different countries, and 1/4 of our leadership are also from many organizations, many diverse countries. I think it's very important when organization is scaling, because we want to be a global company, right? So you have to get a global perspective. Having these initiatives again is a differentiating factor.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, sometimes I reflect on what I'm doing, and it's funny because I'm a Spaniard who is a managing director of a Japanese company in India. So I guess at some point I will be an interesting study case. It's funny that you mentioned that when Mercari reached out to you, you were sort of like hesitant to, because Japanese companies, they do have bad reputation in some aspect, like long working hours, etc. And in that sense, I believe even Mercari is an outlier even in Japan, and we do have like very simple values, but we make those the core of all the decision making and our way of communicating. And through that simplicity, we manage to connect with different people from different parts of the world, because like the values are very simple, but at the same time resonate with the people that joins and actually are doing well in the organization. What I believe is the unique blend that we have, like we cherry pick the good parts of the Japanese way of working and thinking, combined to like non-Japanese way of working and thinking, and we create something unique.
And one question I have for you, Kat, what is, if you have to pick one or two things which made you stay for a long tenure, can you give us apart from values? What are those 2 things or 3 things?
I really believe that our biggest asset is our people, the people that we work with, and we have been able to attract, and they are working with us, and they are building our product, are really good. And doesn't matter how hard the challenges that we throw at them, and sometimes, are hard challenges, people come through by helping each other, by figuring out a way to move forward. I think that's one of the things that I really like. The other, and this sounds weird, the chaos, the constant chaos in which we are always submerged, because keeps things interesting. And it is true that sometimes things change a lot, but finding order and direction in this chaos, something that maybe tomorrow I will say something different, but as of today, is something that it keeps me going actually.
What is the growth like for an engineer, who will ultimately be at Mercari, right?
There is a lot of opportunity for engineers to come and be part of early engineers in this exciting growth and journey which we are going to have for next several years, right? And Mercari also has a very flat structure, as Sagar was talking earlier, right? Everybody is easily reachable, and whether site lead or managing director or even CEOs, everybody is very, very easily accessible, and they can discuss their ideas and they can create an impact, and they can get the visibility.
I think two words which truly defines an engineer, engineer's growth in this organization is autonomy and freedom. I think these two are very important for engineers not only to do their work but also enjoy their work, right? So we're a very social company, we are fun-loving company. So engineers love to have fun, at the same time contribute. That's why we're one of the most leading companies in Japan. One is that. And second thing is, just to add to Vish's point, we have a lot of mentorship programs. We have our one-on-ones are really agenda driven. We don't have our one-on-ones with the managers just for the sake of having. There's a proper agenda, there is proper coaching, proper mentoring. So there's constant learning.
In terms of growth as well, used also to bring a little bit of the perspective in Japan based on my experience. So actually, I joined Mercari as an engineering manager, and in these 5 years, I grow into the different roles. And it's a combination of getting yourself into troubles and finding interesting problems to work with and solve.
Just to add on to that, again, going back to our values, I think we have a pretty blameless culture, because we don't only enjoy the success, we also embrace failures as well, right? I think that's very important for an engineer to understand, that we don't hesitate to go bold, right? We take bold decisions and we have a backing. I think that is very important to enjoy work.
This is Vish.
This is Carlos.
This is Sagar. Please join us. This is your time to be at Mercari.